This is a review assignment of tutorial 4. I'm looking at page number 304 and 305. It goes on to 306 as well. So this is very comprehensive assignments, and in fact tutorial 4 is the most challenging tutorial of the textbook. So here we are. So this is it. So this is one of those a break or not. Anyway, let's take a look at what we have. Well, this is what you have so far, and I'm going to press Control U in my Firefox. Control U. So let's take a look at what we have. It seems there are some errors, but I don't think that's critical. Let's see. You have linked to Race CSS and Rose Reset CSS, and let's see. And then we have a header, and in the header we have nav. That is a vertical. That's a class named vertical. And then we have another nav and class named horizontal. And then we go on to, wait a minute, is okay, so the horizontal navigation is outside of the header. Okay, just make sure. Then we have section, ID name main, and we have one aside. And that's basically, what's that? Oops, where did it go? Here it is. Where is the aside? It's kind of hidden. Cannot see it. And also my eyes kind of getting blurry. It's getting late. And let's see. And let's see what else we have here. And then we have H1. And then we have an article and H group, beginning and ending. And then we have figure, beginning, and I think that's supposed to be ending, so that's one. This should be closing figure tag, and that's why we have an error message there. Anyway, that's not critical at all. So let me go ahead and close this, and then let me see. I think I have an answer code here. So this is the final outcome, and let's see. I want to make sure that we have the same codes here in terms of HTML, and it is linked to CSS race.css. So there's no reset CSS, and then we have a header, and within the header we have nav, class name vertical, and there's a closing of header, and we have navigation, another nav. This is a horizontal, and then we have a section name main, and we have a side, and then we have H1 right here, and then we have an article is H group, beginning and ending, and figure, beginning and ending, and that's it. So it is pretty much the same. So let's go back to your page, So here's the, I think that's the aside thing. Anyway, so let's come here. Let's take a look at the CSS, because the CSS is the basically the main thing here. Let's see. I looked at your CSS code and put some numbers here, the question numbers and things like that, so we can identify a little bit easier. So let's see, that's a body is number 6. I'm going to read the question here. Create a style rule for page body that positions the page using relative position. So relative position, that's good. And then set the page width to be 98% of the width. Okay, that's good. And then minimum let's see, the minimum width to be 1000 pixel, and then the maximum is 1400 pixel. So basically that says that between the window in the range from 1000 pixel to 1400 pixels. So I think that's pretty much is it for body. And then let's move on to what's over here. Okay, so what's next one? So question number 7, and it's about header. And then the position, let's see, let me read it. And create a style rule for header elements. So that's header element right there. And place the header at the coordinate 0, 0. So how do we do that? Well, there you go. Top 0 pixel. Let me remove the blank space. And left 0 pixel. And that's how you do it. We are going to use absolute reference, absolute positioning. So you already have that, so that's good. Let's see, 7b, set the width to be 20% of page body. So width 20%, that's good. And then C, 7c, change the body background color to be black. Body background color to be black. That's good too. And then 7d, add 500 pixel padding space to the bottom of the element. Okay, bottom of the element. So that means, I'm not sure why you have a padding 250, but instead of 250, it should be 500. Okay, and instead of just padding, oh, if you have just padding 225 pixel, it's just all around. Top right, left, top right, bottom left. So that's not good. So it's asking for just 500 pixel padding space at the bottom of the element. So basically it wants to have some space. It just push it up to the top by adding bunch of stuff, bunch of space to the bottom of the page. Okay, and then let's see, and that's it. And so I found some other things here, like a font size 85%, color white, I'm not quite sure where that is coming from. Number 8. No. Number 8 is not about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete this part because that's kind of confusing to me. Maybe we'll need it later, but for now that doesn't belong to the header for the moment. I'm just gonna go step by step. I'm gonna delete that part too. We're not floating as a block, so anyway, I'm gonna just go step by step from the assignment list, based on the assignment list. So it's like putting the puzzles together. So I'm gonna just stay in line. Okay, and then what is this? Question number 5 is remove the underlining from every hypertext link within the nav elements. So that's easy, nav, and that's anchor, text decoration to be none. So that's good. And then we have, I see number 9. I'm not sure where number 8 is. Let's see. That might give the clue. But anyway, let's jump over to number 9. That is okay. What's over here? Number 8. Let me read it. For inline image and within the header element, set the width to be 100% of the width. Okay, so what is that? So let me see. I'm going to put it right here. Question number 8. And that's going to be inside a header. And it's about image. And number 8. Okay, the inline images. Well, images all inlines anyway. So within the header element, set the width to be 100% of the width of the header. So okay, so we don't want the image to be more than 100% of the header. So that's good. That's fine. Just put the width to be 100% of whatever that's surrounding the image, in this case header. Okay, so let me go ahead and keep saving this. That is number 8, and we did number 9? No, that's number 9. Okay, so number 9 is the horizontal navigation. So let's see, what does it? Okay, this is the biggie. Okay, set width of the horizontal navigation list to 80% with a left margin 20%. Okay, so not sure why you have 30% and 70%. Am I missing something here? Well, first of all, let's see. This, I'm not sure what this is. It's clear what that is. That's a nav element. That's a horizontal, I believe that's the class. So let's come over here. Let's see. Right, so there's a nav tag, nav element, and we have a vertical, and then let's come down here. Okay, so this is a horizontal. That's a class. So that should be a dot. So nav dot, and okay, you got it right. Nav dot And still I'm not sure what this NAV is. Let's see, NAV. NAV. No, that's not it. No. No, that's not it. So there's no such thing as horizontal NAV. Let's copy this and let's look for it. No, there's no horizontal NAV. So I think you meant just horizontal nav.horizontal. Okay, so and also margin left should be 20%, and then the width should be 80%. And I think this is the same thing. So let's see. Okay, so that's the first line of number 9. Okay, let me read a second line of number 9. For list items within the horizontal navigation list. Okay, within the horizontal navigation list. Okay, so here again, delete NAV. So list items here within the horizontal navigation. Add a style to A. Display each list item as a block floated on the left. Okay. So display as a block, float left, and font size 100%. Well, that's fine. With or without. Okay, and then I'm looking at B, 9B. Set the width of each list to be 20%. Width to be 20%. So that's good. Let's see. C, set the background color to be 49, 38, 31. So where do you have that? You have it down here. That's the list, and that's the link navigation 49, 38. Okay, 38, 31. That I guess that could be okay, but I'm not 100% sure. So I don't think we need to narrow it down to anchor here. So I'm gonna just copy this. Actually, I'm gonna just cut it. Okay, and then put it right here because that's the order. Okay, we float left. That's a C, and then I'm sorry, that was B. Oh, that's 20%. That one was, this one was 9B, and this one was 9A, and now this is 9C. Background color RGB 49, 38, and 31. Okay, so we're moving on. D, 9D, set the upper and lower padding space to be 5 pixels. Okay, this upper and lower. So I see. So we have 5, 5. So this is so this notation, it means basically top and bottom, right and left of 5 pixels, right? But they want upper and lower padding to be 5, so that's correct, upper and lower. And then yeah, they didn't say anything about right and left, so I'm gonna just set it as 0. Okay, so they want space up and bottom, I mean top and bottom, but no space, no extra spacing or padding right and left. And let's see, and step E, horizontal setting. Okay, horizontally center the list item text. So you can say text align center. That's good. And then transform the text to the uppercase letter and setting the font size to be 85. You said font size at 85. No, it is, you said 100%. No, let's change it to 85. And then you want to transform the text to the upper letter. Okay, so it is text transform colon uppercase semicolon. Okay, so save it. So that's number 9. So the whole thing is number 9. And what is, okay, so what is color white? Is it anything about color white? Oh, that's number 10. So that's number 10. Number 10. Okay, we're moving along. Alright, so number 10 says set the color of the hyperlink. Where's number 10? Okay. That's good. Let's see. Yeah, I think the same thing here. No NIV, so NIV horizontal list item and anchor. So that's good. And then color white. Let me just read the whole thing, just make sure that I understand correctly. Okay, set the color of the hyperlink links in the horizontal navigation list. So horizontal navigation list. Horizontal navigation list. Okay, that's nav, horizontal, li, and a. So all the links are inside of list item, so that's good. And it's white. Okay. And then if the user hovers, so that's over here, navigation. So again, I'm going to delete. I'm not sure what this is. You must have a good reason for that, but you have everywhere there. Okay, so so you have NAV horizontal. I don't think you need LI, but let's see. I'll just leave it on. And then an anchor hover, and then you want the background color. What's going on here? Okay. If the user hovers the mouse over the link, change the color of color to the value. So color, not background color. Okay, 215, 181, 151. So 215, 181, 51. Okay, so I'm going to delete this part because that's a duplicate. And not background color, the color. So whatever if that's a font, like a home will turn into this number. I mean this color, whatever that is. Excuse me. Okay. So that's RGB. 215, 181, and 151. That's okay. Wait, that's number 10, right? So number 10. That's good. Yeah, that's the end of the number 10, and I don't think we need this. We might later, but I don't see it. Let me just go ahead and delete that, and then okay, number 11. Okay, for every list item in the vertical navigation bar, so vertical navigation bar, set the font size 85%. So I think it looks like you have this one to be number 11, font size 85, and then list style marker. Okay. All right. Let's see. Font size 85. Not sure what this color white is about. Okay, let me just go ahead and keep reading it. Okay, so let me just, all right, so font size to be 85 and remove the list style marker. Let's see. List style marker, do you have anything here? No, so I'm gonna just go ahead and add it there. List style, and it's gonna be none, semicolon. So that's, again, that's 11, isn't it? Let me just go ahead and put the number there. Question number 11. Okay. Oh, let me just, before I forget, get rid of that. Vertical, right? Nav vertical li, 85%, list style, none, and then we have color white. Let's see, that's 11. Not sure where the color white belongs. Not sure. So I'm going to delete that for now. Well, I'll just leave it. I'm going to just make a space there. How about that? Good compromise there. Okay, so there's a news group class. I'm a new group. Okay. If the list item belongs to the new group class, and add a top padding. So okay, this is a different. It's a different rule here. It's a separate rule. So I'm going to close this because we are entering a new rule here. Okay, Let's see, it's gonna be, what group is this? If the list item belongs to new group. Okay, where's the new group? There is a vertical, and then, oh, here. So every once in a while, so here's one group, there's another group, and there's another group, and so on. Okay, so that's good. And so they want, so NAV, I'm looking at this one. Okay, I'm looking at that one. NAV, right? NAV, and it's going to be a vertical. I should spell it right. Vertical, and it's going to be LI, list item, and it's a class. So I'm going to use a period, and the class name is new group. So did I read right? Okay, navigation, vertical, nav, vertical, and then list item, class, new group. Okay, and then close it. So what do they want? They want, again, that's question number 11. They want, let's see, is it 11? Oh yeah, the second part of 11. Okay, it's a new group. Add a top padding space of 25 pixels. Okay. Padding, top of 25 pixels. Pixels to add a bigger gap between the last and previous item. So basically, every once in a while, when you have a new group, when you reach to the new group, they want to add extra space to the top. All right, so it's like a new paragraph in a way. Okay, number 12. So for every, okay, let's go ahead and save this thing and see what's going on here. That's very good idea. So just refresh it. Oh, okay. So something changed. We have a horizontal navigation bar, and I think we still have to do this. The grand. So something's going on here, and that was correct before. Okay, so let's move on. All right, so number 12, for every hypertext link within the vertical navigation list. Okay, a vertical navigation list. Okay, this is number 11 too. Okay, so we have this leftover thing here. Is it anything to do with that? Whatever that comes after? Not sure. So number 12, display block. Oh yeah, maybe this is it. Okay, maybe this is number 12. Okay, so number 12. Okay. Number 12 is for vertical navigation. So NAV dot vertical, because vertical is a class. There you go. I want to just make sure. Okay. Vertical 12, vertical list. So LI, and within the vertical, okay, so every hyperlink, so it should be A, and every hyperlink within the vertical navigation list. Okay, so let's start. Color to be white. Okay, so that's good. And then display property to be block. So display block, and then add the text 10 pixels. Okay, indent the text 10 pixels. So that would be text. No, it's not here. So I'll add it here. Text indent 10 pixels. Okay. Okay, I need something to just put it here. Okay. 10 pixels. If the user hovers, okay, this is a we're moving on to a new rule here because we are talking about hovering. So nav dot vertical li a colon hover open bracket. Okay. When mouse overs the text link, hypertext link, change the background color. Okay, we changed the background. Any change background? I think I deleted that or replaced earlier. So background color to be RGB. What? To be 51, 51, 51. Okay, 51 colon. I'm sorry, so comma 51. And add 2 pixels. Okay, 2 pixels. Padding 25 pixels. What's going on here? Adding 2 pixels is let's see, outline and 2 pixels. Solid. I'm looking at line number 4, fourth line of number 12, question number 12. So I'm just reading this. Add 2 pixel solid outline and with the color value 251, 215, 181, 151. So solid RGB and 215, 181 and 151, and that's period. Okay, so there. close that. And number 13. Okay. Add the following list sections. Add the following styles to the main section. Okay, so main, we are going to name main section. Okay. So you have more stuff here. I think these are for that. So I don't think, yeah, you have something going on here. I guess it didn't show up because you have this extra nav thing, which I don't not quite understand that. So I'm gonna just delete that part. And then we are moving on to number 13, which is the main. So I'm going to just go ahead and delete this part for now. Okay. And section style. So do you have anything section style thing over here? Not quite sure. Okay. Where do you have a main? Do you have main? Number 13. The following starts with the main section. Do you have main? Where is the main section here? Okay. You have section. You have a bunch of section ID. Not quite sure exactly what that is, but well, I don't see it, so I'm going to just go ahead and add it. Okay. Number 13. So add the following styles to the main section. So where is main? Here. Navigation. You have section. ID name main. Okay, so I saw a section down there. Is there something to do with it? So we have section. Oopsie. What did I do? Undo. Oh. Okay. Well, I deleted that. Okay, so here you have section. And is a section something to do with? I don't know. I'm not sure what that is. Okay, let me just go ahead and do this number 13. So where is it? Okay, where am I? Okay, hover, I took care of that. So let me add in number 13. Okay, and it's gonna be, it is an ID, so main. And they want, what they want. Float the main section on the left margin. Once the left margin has been cleared of previous floated objects. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, float the main section on the left margin. Alright, so I'll say left margin. Okay, margin has, once left margin has been cleared of previous floated objects. So I'll just go ahead and clear left. So once you hit goes to the left. Okay, and then probably it's going to float to left as well. Okay, float the margin section on the left. Okay, margin, once the left margin has been cleared of previous floated objects. Okay, that's 13A. And then 13B, set the size of the left margin to be 21%. 21%. Okay, we're going to set the margin left 21%. Okay, 13B, that was 13B. And 13C, set the size of top margin to be 20 pixel. And okay, that's 13C, top margin. Okay, where am I? Okay, so margin top to be 20%. It said 20 pixels. 20 pixels. 20 pixels. Okay, 20 pixels, and then 13D will be set the width of the main section to be 49% of page body. That's easy. Just set the width to be 49%. That's number 13. Okay. Alright, so let's move on to number 14. So number 14, well, it's about H1 tag and so on. I think you can figure that out. Let's go ahead and save this and see. There you go. It's better. And right the center, right, okay, that's the column. Okay, so let me just go ahead and widen. Okay, still, so that must be H1, right? So right the century. So let's see. Right the century. Yeah, that's the H1 there. So you can go ahead and continue on number 14, 15, 16. And so you're going to deal with H1 tag and asides. Yeah, a bunch of asides and articles. So that's basically the main parts here, so you can work on it. And so let's see what you have here. Story group. Not sure there's section either. Section, you know, you have section section is a tag, an element there. It's not an ID. I don't see any section ID. Yeah, so that's something, not quite sure about that. And story, you have a story. Okay, so that's I've seen that. So that's H group. What is a story? Do we have story ID? there's no story ID. So something, I think it's something that you kind of came up with. So I know this H group. Okay, I know that. And that's over here. Down there. So where did it go? Yeah, so H group and H1. So I think you can just get rid of this part. I don't see why you need that. And I think this you meant just section tag. Story, so what do you mean? Oh, maybe you meant article. I see, that could be probably article. I'm looking at here. Okay, and within the article just clear left and so on, and then once you come down to H group you do this, and then you come down. Do you have section here? I thought section was up there. Yeah, you have section, main section. Okay, and let's see. Yeah, I don't think you need, there's no story ID, so just I'll say article and article. I'm just guessing here. Okay, again, article, H group, H1, and sides. All right, so that looks, go ahead and save that, and then yep, the things came up. What? They shouldn't come up here, and they should be down there. So what's going on? Okay, let's see. Okay. So those pictures, it's so obvious. So it's pictures. So figures. Is it at the bottom of the page? Let's see. The figures caption within, okay, inline images. All right. So we have figures. Let's see. Okay, you haven't gone that far yet. I see. So you have some asides. So you can finish up. You can give it a try and see what happens. Looking at 21, 20, yeah, from 20. So you can work on it and let me know if you have more question, any more question. Okay. All right, I hope this was helpful, and I'm gonna just go ahead and save this one for you, and I'll send it to you. Okay, and I will just save it as race by yun.css and save it. Okay, thank you.